for our honey mustard chicken, we need 2 chicken breasts diced into small pieces, so I went ahead and did that. We're going to drain the juice off the pineapple, but we're saving it. Then we're going to sprinkle the chicken with salt and pepper. Now I'm just chopping the garlic, and then we're going to take a teaspoon of thyme and the garlic, and we're going to rub that into the chicken. Next, we're going to brown the chicken in the oil, a little bit of olive oil, and while that is cooking, we're going to go ahead and mix up the cornstarch slurry and the honey and the mustard. Okay, now I'm going to drain the chicken, and then we're going to add in the honey mustard mixture and the remaining pineapple juice. We'll get this all mixed up, and then we're going to cover it and simmer for 15 minutes. Okay, now our 15 minutes is up. We're going to stir the cornstarch mixture into the pan, and then we're going to add the pineapple slices, and we're going to cook this, stirring it constantly, can't talk today, until the sauce comes to a boil and it thickens. Well, mine wasn't thickening, so I added another cornstarch slurry, and then it did. And then you just serve this on rice. It was so delicious. We really enjoyed the flavor. I hope you give it a try. And as always, I'll have the ingredients here and in the description box below. And the directions will be in the description box below as well. Today we're making Meatloaf Magnifico, and this is an Italian meatloaf, so we're using spaghetti sauce. You can use any one you like, And then we add all the other ingredients, which I'll have listed at the end of this clip of the video, and also everything will be in the description box below along with the directions. We'll mix all this up, we'll put it on a sheet pan and pop it in the oven. So while the meatloaf's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and shape up this Italian bread. I just put it on the dough setting in the bread maker. I got a new bread maker if you didn't see Friday's video, and I am learning to make bread. I'm no professional here, guys. So I just shaped this into like an Italian loaf. I put slits in it, and then I put it on a baking sheet and covered it with a clean dishcloth and let it rise. I had it on the dining table next to my desk. I mean, I was working at the dining table on my computer, and I thought there was something moving under the towel. I've never seen that before. So I turned my time lapse on and you'll get to see that. But it almost doubled in size. It was amazing. Here it is after the 40-minute rise. I'm just going to recut these slits, and then I'm going to put this in the oven because the meatloaf is all done. Here it is out of the oven. I'm just going to brush it with some melted butter, and I'll have both recipes in the description box below. I'll put the bread recipe down there and also the meatloaf recipe. Here's the finished bread. Turned out really good. It was delicious. And here are our plates. We really enjoyed the meatloaf with the spaghetti sauce, so I hope you give that a try. And here are your ingredients. For our slow cooker barbecue, first of all we're going to cut up an onion and we're going to slice it and put it in the bottom of the slow cooker. Now we're going to put in the roast. I did this on an online Walmart pickup. They gave me, I think this was 9-pound roast. It was massive. Anyway, pop that in there. And then you want to season that. Well, first of all, you're going to pour some water over it. I think it was a 1/4 cup. Yep. I will have all the ingredients and directions in the description box below for you. So we'll pour in the water, and then it's set to season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I just used the Kinder's blend, which is what's in that, and I sprinkled that liberally, and then it says to cook on high at least 8 to 10 hours. Well, I knew mine was going to take longer. You'll know when it's done because it starts to fall off the bone. And my bone came right out at 14 hours. So just keep an eye on it and start it early in the day. Once it was done, I pulled all the meat out and separated the fat and the bone from it, and I'm just shredding it here. Okay, I've strained the rest that was in the slow cooker and saved the onions, and there was a little bit of meat left, so I'm putting that in with the other meat and shredding that as well. And then we're going to get everything put back into the slow cooker. Now we're going to put in some barbecue sauce. You can use any barbecue sauce you like. I use a sugar-free version. And then after I got all that empty, I added just a little bit of water and put the rest of it in there. I mixed that up real well, and it says to refrigerate it overnight and then to heat it up before serving. So we popped that one in the fridge and got it out the next day, and I put it on low about 3 o'clock, maybe for 3 hours, so it could warm through. Here are our plates. It was an absolutely delicious barbecue, and I have 4 more packs of it in the freezer. So we've got plenty to work on. Here are your ingredients, and I hope you give it a try. For a pork chop casserole, the first thing I'm going to do is fry the pork chops up in some butter in the frying pan. While I'm doing that, I just want to say I had 2 recipes for pork chops this week, and I picked out 2 packs on Walmart, online. It was going to be $21. And then I looked up for a Seneca pork loin. It was $11 on sale for $7, and I made, I know, twice as many pork chops as I would have gotten for the $21. So do check that out when you're shopping for pork chops. They're so easy to cut up, when they're boneless. Now I've got the pork chops done. I'm going to add the rest of my butter to the pan. We're going to make a roux, a sort of sauce. So I'm just letting that melt, and I'll add the flour. We'll get that mixed up. We'll add the milk. Alright, I'm going to gradually mix the milk in, and then it's said to cook it for about 5 minutes until it thickens. So while it does that, I'm going to grate up my cheese. I had Swiss for this, and I had to grate it. They didn't have any grated Swiss at the store. Alright, now the sauce is thickened. We're going to add in about 3/4 of the cheese, and then save a little bit to go on the top. We'll season with some salt and pepper. I believe I used the blend from Kinder's. And then I put some Brussels sprouts in the microwave and cooked them for about 4 minutes. It says to partially cook the Brussels sprouts. We'll get that all mixed together, and then we're going to pour this over our pork chops and then put the rest of the cheese on it, and that goes in a preheated 350-degree oven for 35 minutes. Here it is when it came out of the oven. It was nice and bubbly and turning brown on top. And here are our finished plates. Big Daddy had a baked potato. I just had the green beans. And there is our first vegetable out of our garden, which I split in half and we shared it. Anyway, here are your ingredients. I hope you give it a try. It was really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's meals, again all new, and if you made it to the end, if you'll leave me a smiley face emoji in the comments, that way I know you were here, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Love you guys.